Good morning and welcome to Dominica's News Agency Evening Broadcast. I am your host, Shira Severin. In today's headlines, a new geothermal plant has been officially opened. Stakeholders say it's a tremendous achievement and will revolutionize the way the country operates. Geothermal energy, the heat of the earth, provides continuous 24-hour-a-day clean, sustainable energy production. Together, advances in technology, private investment, and government support are increasing geothermal energy production in Dominica. Ever since studies were carried out from the 1980s, water was cited as a potential reliable source for quality geothermal resources in which electricity could be provided. According to a study done by the Seismic Research Unit of the University of West Indies, Dominica's geothermal resources are capable of supplying in excess of 1,320 megawatts. However, the power plant which is being opened today will provide just about 120 megawatts, still 6 times more energy than the country requires. DOMLEC and National Geothermal Energy Project, NGEP, partnered up to bring this project to life. To take us deeper into the story, we have our reporter Fern John Baptiste on site of opening ceremony of the Waterwaven Power Plant.
Good morning, Shira, and a pleasant good morning to all Dominicans listening to this news broadcast. Here with me are two men who claim that they are redefining energy in Dominica from the common, expensive, and rather harmful burning of fossil fuels into clean and efficient geothermal energy. Here's Mr. Mendez and Mr. Jeremy. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Fern.
Good morning, Finn.
Most of us in Dominica has already heard the word geothermal energy and might have already have a little idea of what it means. But can you please give a brief rundown of what exactly it entails? How can you explain to the man on the street what geothermal energy is?
Well, Fern, the word geothermal comes from two Greek words, geo, which means earth, and thermal, which means heat. So, geothermal energy is heat within the earth. Energy is generated in the Earth's core almost 4,000 miles beneath the Earth's surface. The double-layered core is made up of very hot magma surrounding a solid iron center. With the slow decay of radioactive particles, very high temperatures are continuously produced within the Earth. The crust is 3 to 5 miles thick under the oceans. It is not a solid piece like the shell of an egg, but it is broken into pieces called plates. Deep underground, the rocks and water absorb the heat from magma, which comes close to the edges of this space. Digging wells can pump the heated underground water to the surface. Geothermal energy is called a renewable energy resource because the water is replenished by rainfall and the heat is continuously produced deep within the earth. We don't run out of geothermal energy. And what is even more beneficial to the environment is the type of power plant being used, the binary cycle system, because all the liquids and the gases used in this process is injected back into the ground.
Interesting. And is extracting such energy a simple one? How is it extracted?
Well, Finn, there's good news for the ordinary man. The process of generating electricity from geothermal energy is quite a simple one to understand.
After the well is drilled for up to 10,000 feet, approximately 2 miles, water and other fluids under pressure naturally flow up the well. As the water and other fluids go up the well, a minute amount turns into steam. Together, all the contents move from an above-ground pipeline into a wellhead separator, where the pressure is reduced even further. In this separator, much of the fluid vaporizes and flashes into high-pressure steam. Any of the fluids not flashed into steam moves to a standard pressure crystallizer, which further turns the fluid into standard pressure steam, and then so on and so on. All steam created is then sent to a spinning turbine somewhere else on site. The sheer force of the steam spins the blades of the turbine, which is connected to a shaft, which turns an electrical generator. An electrical charge is then created and sent to a step-up transformer, which increases the voltage so it can be transmitted over high-tension voltage lines. Excess steam is then sent to a condenser to be turned back into a liquid. This liquid, together with excess fluids, are sent back into the ground to be reused. This is environmentally friendly as emissions are almost non-existent.
Okay, thanks very much, Mr. Mendez and Mr. Jeremy. So here it was, guys. We just got all the information we needed to know about geothermal energy, how it is extracted, and the cost which is attached to it.
Okay, Fern, what do the government officials have to say about this?
Good day, Ms. Tira.
Good day, Fern.
How is Dominica to benefit from a geothermal energy plant?
In Dominica right now, our focus is to minimize expenses and find means and ways to do so. Implementing geothermal energy here on this island has many advantages and few disadvantages, which can be dealt with easily. The first advantage of using geothermal heat to power a power station is that, unlike most power stations, a geothermal system does not create any pollution. It may once in a while release some gases from deep down inside the earth that may be slightly harmful, but these can be contained quite easily. The cost of the land to build a geothermal power plant on is usually less expensive than if you were planning to construct an oil, gas, coal or nuclear power plant. The main reason for this is land space, as geothermal plants take up very little room, so you don't need to purchase a larger area of land. Another factor that comes into this is that because geothermal energy is very clean, you may receive tax cuts and or no environmental bills or quotas to comply with the country's carbon emission scheme if they have one. No fuel is used to generate the power, which in return means the running costs for the plants are very low as there are no costs for purchasing, transporting or cleaning up of fuels you may consider purchasing to generate the power. The overall financial aspect of these plants is outstanding. You only need to provide power to the pumps, which can be generated by the power plant itself anyway. Thank you.
That was the Honorable Minister of Energy, Ms. Sira. Now that's it for our live news broadcast on geothermal energy in Dominica.